We saw the Warriors take home the Larry O'Brien Trophy, beating the Cavs 4-2 this season. They're heavy favorites to win it all, again with 5-7 odds. The Cavs are second with 3-1 odds, followed by the Spurs at 7-2.
Who's third?
The Spurs.
Oh.
Yeah, the Spurs.
It's too bad.
Third.
Next question.
Third. Jared, how can these Warriors be beat? Seriously.
Well, they only have 9 losses, so it's very difficult. Personnel is key versus them, and not that many teams have it. Only about 3 or 4 with Spurs, OKC, and Cleveland have the personnel to be able to do it over a 7-game series.
What kind of personnel?
The personnel is you have to have versatile bigs, Aldridge, Diaw, Tristan Thompson, LeBron go the 4. And you saw Kevin Durant can play the 4, Ibaka can play the 5. So athletic when it comes to that. You have to have smart. Your IQ on the defensive end has to be so extremely high because they're so good at playing the ball movement game. They don't have a Kobe or a LeBron that can pound the ball. The ball's free flowing. They make the right reads depending on how you play them on defense. Then you have to have enough firepower so if it does get into a shootout, you can hang with them. All 3 of those teams do have. And then what I've seen the slight success teams had, and it started with the Spurs, was they switched every screen and roll. And basically made Steph had to shoot over a bigger player, if it was Diaw when they started him, and put a smaller player like Tony Parker on Draymond and hope that they give the ball to Draymond and say, hey, you beat us. The Warriors are too smart of a team. They're going to Steph is going to make adjustments. He's going to drive the ball more, which he did the last time he played. But when it comes to pop and giving them, you got to keep throwing them off. You can't just give them. They're too good. Kerr is too good where you give them the same coverage every time. So overall, switching, when Steph has a bad night, you have to capitalize on that. And you cannot let their role players beat you. Their bench come in. Livingston hurts you. Iguodala. Easier said than done. Those 3 teams have a slight chance. But we're waiting for, hey, will Steph have 2 or 3 bad games? We haven't seen it. And when that doesn't happen, it's almost impossible.
Well, he actually had the first 3 finals bad games last year. By his standards, he was a little off, and Cleveland was up 2-1. So this is pretty simple to me. I'm either going to sit back in a few weeks and say, you know what, Steph Curry is just too good. He's magic, man. I mean, he has revolutionized the way this game is played because he has turned what I thought were bad shots into good shots. If you took the shots that he often takes, you would be yanked. You would be sitting quickly because they are bad shots that he makes consistently. And if that keeps happening, they are unbeatable, invincible. Here's my take. My Spurs the other night, last Sunday night, at home, had a chance to beat them a second time at home. With 8 minutes left in the game, you said Kawhi takes too many threes. He had a wide-open 3 to take the lead, and he missed it. And the ceiling fell in on my Spurs after that because Steph Curry was flat-out magic in that game, shooting 2-point shots, trick shots up off the glass where I said, that's just too good. We can't contend with, we're just mortal over here. You're somewhere else. You're in some other world that we don't know. You are a human video game. But here's the point about Golden State. They are giving up the 25th most points in the league, 25th in points allowed. Now, they're going to score a whole lot of points, too, but you're going to get your open shots. They're not a terror on defense. They're not a lockdown defensive team. They're 20th in turnovers because Steph will start doing a little too much French pastry, and he'll bounce it off somebody's foot. He'll try too many passes behind the back. They turn the ball over, but you have to capitalize. And here's the bottom line to this. In the game the other night, my Spurs shot 3 for 17 from 3. You're going to lose to Steph Curry if you make only 3 of 17. Do you remember 2 finals ago when my Spurs ran the Heat off the floor, LeBron's team? They made 47% of their threes in 5 games and won in 5. 47%. That's almost that's Steph-like as a whole team. They rain threes on LeBron's head in that series. And if they can do it again, if they get hot from 3, you can't go out and choke against Steph just because, I better make this shot because he's going to make 5 of them. You have to make your threes. And if you do, you can hang. My team can hang with them. My team can beat them.
Well, and that's the key. It's the 3-point ball. It's can you compensate for the times they're going to hit the 3?
Yeah.
You have to make your share of 3 points to stay in the game. Because if you don't, all of a sudden
you're going to have them.
Yeah.
They're open.
Yes.
You have open threes.
You have to make shots, and I think this too. For me, you have to use all your fouls. All your fouls. You have to play physical. You just have to say, we're going to get up on guys. We're going to foul them. We're going to roughhouse them. We're going to play roughhouse basketball. It's the playoffs. And they'll let you play a little bit more rougher.
Maybe.
And you know, and now maybe not so much with the Warriors because of the way they play this open court.
Right.
But I just think you have to be rough. I mean, you have to contend the three-point play. You can't give them easy threes. If they drive past you, that's fine. Have somebody in the basket. When they come to the basket, make sure they understand. You come to the basket, you're going to the ground.
I do agree with you. The thing that I see with them, when they have a slip-up, like Draymond in the Spurs game, got 2 quick fouls. You have to capitalize on those mistakes. Diaw and Aldridge will be so key in that series. They didn't have Diaw last time they played, where people think Diaw, he's key because he's versatile. He can penetrate. He can guard Draymond.
Yeah.
You have to get them in foul trouble, and I do agree with this. Keeping them below the 3, being physical. When they come off screens, that big man taking a foul or 2, hitting them, making them feel over a 7-game series, will it wear them down a little bit? Overall, they've just been too good consistently outside shooting the ball.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
You got to beat them 4 times. No one's doing that this year. No one's going to do it.
Well, you can laugh all you want. I'm not laughing over you. I like my team.
I know you like your team.
my depth, and I like my coach.
You like your Cowboys, too. I like your team, too. I like the Spurs.
Spurs will go 12-4. No, that's the Cowboys.
Oh, that's the Cowboys.
He's loyal. You got to give him that, right?
It'll be fun.
Yes.
It'll be fun.
Being honest, I said it before.
I'd like to see somebody get him in Game 7. That would be great.
That would be great.
Somebody get him in Game 7. That would be great.
Somebody will.
Let's see. I hope
pretty soon here.
Playoffs start tomorrow. Can't wait for that. But we're going to switch gears back to the NFL coming up next. The Browns taking a risk on former Redskins quarterback RG3. But how many games will he win in Cleveland this season? We'll analyze the Browns schedule after the break. Stay
he
here.
might not even start.
Really?
First Take is brought to you by Speed Stick, Game On, and Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
You know what this is right now? This is a setup. Keep smirking. So here's a look at the Browns' schedule this season. Now, ESPN's Browns beat writer Pat McManaman projects Cleveland to go 1-15 this season.
And the one is?
Their one win is against the New York Football Giants. No disrespect, Pat, but this is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
The Giants, that's their one loss.
Wait. Pat McManaman, he's a veteran genius. He's a genius beat reporter. Yes, he knows his football, and I am with him. They're going to win one game against the New York Football Giants.
Thank you.
I'm not wishing anybody just to win one game. I do know this. I'm not going to get into how many games they're going to win. They got a really good coach in Hugh Jackson. They need to allow him to build his football team.
Yeah.
They really do, because this is going to be a struggle for them for a couple of years. But if they leave the coach in place and let him do what he needs to do, he'll get this thing turned around.
3-13. I hope RG3 doesn't start from the beginning, because they'll probably go 0-3, 0-4. Come in.
You hope he doesn't start?
Yeah, because early on the schedule.
Well, who else is going to start?
Unless they start a rookie.
Yeah.
3 or 4 on the road.
With New York?
It's tough.
What's Pat's
There's
issue
no
with
issue.
New York?
It's just clear the Giants are struggling. They don't have a quarterback. They're rebuilding their defense. Well, come
you
on.
You were in a commercial with the quarterback.
I was.
Starring his 2 rings.
Two
It was all
what? That was
champions.
ancient history, and both were lucky. The first one was the luckiest Super Bowl win in history, and you know
How
it.
many times have I heard that?
It's going to be one win for the
rings.
Cleveland Browns. And how will you feel about that if that's their only win? How would you feel?
They're going to win more than one game.
You're so ridiculous. The fact that you even picked this as a topic
I love this.
is so ridiculous.
This is our best topic of the day.
Just because
You don't
it's
Don't listen to me.